What is going on, guys? Blue Knight here. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing some trail driving in my vehicle. Today's trail is going to be Pot Point Road. It splits off into two sections. We're going to do kind of the easy, flat level 1 section first, and then on our way out we're going to be doing the level 3 section then. So, and I get these levels off of OnXOffroad, which you can see in the top right of the screen. I'm kind of using it as like a little mini map. I don't know, top right, bottom right, one of the two. This is my second time trying to record this video. The first time I was using my laptop as, or I was using the cameras on my laptop as like a webcam, and the video was just way too shaky. So now I'm going to be, there's a lot more post editing that'll need to be done, but the video should look much smoother. You will never see that first video because it was just way too shaky. All right, so coming up here, we are going to split and go right. That tree got knocked over not too long ago. That's kind of cool looking. So I got two camera views, one on the top of the vehicle on a GoPro mount. I 3D printed some extension arms and got some like stainless machine screws and like nylock bolts or nylock nuts, and it's holding it all together. And then the camera angle on the side of the vehicle looking at the front driver's side wheel, that one is on a magnetic mount on the side of the vehicle. It is in a waterproof case just in case if we come across some mud or something like that. I would like to, for some reason the Wi-Fi on the camera isn't working, so I can't remotely look at it, but I'll just have to periodically check it or try to remember to check it if we do end up going through some mud. I am in a 2022 Ford Explorer Timberline, bone stock. Timberline, or Ford says it's intelligent four-wheel drive. It's more like all-wheel drive. It's got a limited slip differential in the rear, a Torsen limited slip differential. So it's this is probably going to be my 6th time on this trail, and I've never had any issues. Depending on which way you go, the rear Torsen limited slip will kick in. But I don't know. The way that we went last time, which is the way that we're probably going to go this time, is just that it's not going to need to kick in. I don't know. We might do the level 3 first and then the level 1 back. There we take there's a little, I don't know, junction there. You go right, you keep following it around. We'll stop up here. I'd like you guys to see some, this pond that's up here. And I believe it's naturally made. Nice little place. We'll pull over right here. The pond's right here in front of us. This over here on the left is like a little, there's an outhouse, stuff like that. I'm gonna pop a Yui here. You can see it here, it's kind of nice. There's that Torsen limited slip. Nice little pond, nice area. All right, but we're going to continue left here. We probably are going to do the level 3 first, and then we'll do the level 1 on the way back. So you guys, some of you guys might be wondering, hey, why are you posting, this type of content on a gaming channel? I'll tell you what, the gaming stuff ran my life, unfortunately. And so I do believe inevitably it ended up with me losing my job because of it. So right here's a split. We're going to go right instead of left. Left is level 1. To the right is level 3. coming the opposite way down this trail, it will, there's a lot of braking, but this way there's a lot of uphill. So that's why I want to go this way first, get some uphill action. But yeah, the gaming stuff, it ruled my life. I was doing a lot of solo stuff. I'm kind of solo burnt out on that stuff. I was also very anxious, very tired all the time. Just, it's a lot of work. And then, like I said, inevitably I lost my job, and I truly found Christ, and, you know, God is good all the time, no matter what. And a few months later, let's see here. A little side-by-side action. And then, like 3 or 4 months after I lost my job, I found my current job, and I absolutely love it. So no complaints at all. Good people, good work. So, yeah. You might hear my cross. I've got a heavy iron cross hanging on my my rear view mirror. So you might hear it smack the mirror a couple times. Little bit of mud there, very tiny bit of mud. Eventually I want to get enough to get like a full, like a camera on the left front, camera on the right front, and a camera on the top. But I'll have to save up for that. The top camera is a DJI, I believe, DJI Action 3, Osmo Action 3, and then the side camera is a Akaso Brave 7 LE. I got it at a good deal, found it on Facebook Marketplace. The guy and his son, it was actually his son who was selling it, but I think they're, you know, a little over 200 with the whole kit and stuff, and I ended up getting it for 100. So very thankful for that. It allows me to get two views instead of one. I'd also like to have one on the inside of the vehicle, but that'll be later on down the road. The Timberline has a display in between the cluster that gives you like angle, pitch, yaw of the vehicle, and then the angle of your steering. So eventually, like I said, I want to get like a little camera to put in front of the steering wheel to just shine on that screen so you can kind of see what we're dealing with. I'm using my laptop to record the OnXOffroad on my iPad, and then the laptop in OBS is also recording the microphone. So you won't ever hear, at least on this one, you won't hear any audio from the cameras themselves. We are in trail mode now. When we went right and at the level 3 way back there, I did swap it into trail mode. So it just kind of dumbs down the throttle response, and then it keeps you in gear for longer. So it doesn't shift as often. I could override that with like the manual mode and then just the paddle shifters, but I'm just going to let the vehicle do what it does. There was the Torsen kicking in there a little bit more mud. It did rain a little bit yesterday. I don't know how much it rained up here, but at the house it did rain quite a bit. I was hoping for a little bit more rain that came up here. I wanted it to be a little bit more muddy. One of these times I want to come up here and maybe while it's raining. So we'll have to see about that. The DJI camera I have on the top of the vehicle, it is just in the metal snap housing. I noticed that it likes to get a little warm. Plus, it's up on top of the vehicle. It doesn't need to be in a waterproof casing. Before I started the video, I cleaned the lenses. I've got some Windex or some Sprayway glass cleaner in here and some paper towels, and I cleaned both of the lenses so that way, because just traveling down the Tower Road, it's very dusty. Here's a little bit of mud here. Little hill into some more mud. I hope the left camera is high enough to where it's not getting splashed with like the entry of those little mud pockets, but we'll see. Can't really stick my head out the window. Try and find a spot where I can kind of pull off the trail a little bit and see. I don't remember this going up this way. A little bit of a drop off here. All right. The Explorer Timberline has like 0.8 inches of higher ground clearance than like the XLT, the 2022 XLT, etc. Just because it has the shocks up front from the police cruiser interceptors, stuff like that. Keep right. Then we're gonna hop left. Try and straddle this little area right here. Little bit of torque vectoring going on there. All right. Right up and over it. Max I'll do, right now I'm doing 6 miles an hour, but max I'll do on these trails is like 10. Speed limit throughout the entire park of Prentice Cooper is 25. I don't even go 25 on the main graveled road. So that was one part I remember it being a good little uphill / downhill area. I think we're coming up to some more uphill downhill areas. Oh, there's some mud up here. We're gonna go through it. The tires I have on the vehicle are 265, 65/18 Cooper Discover all-terrain tires. Little bit of, that was easy. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting there. And this is also my daily driver. So I'm also kind of taking it easy on it. Whoa. Also, I say that. No, also kind of taking easy on it because, yeah, it is my daily driver. Eventually, I do want to get, I don't know, Tacoma, Jeep, something in those lines, Forerunner, older Forerunner, that I can do some stuff to, and that'll be my trail vehicle. And I'll just kind of, I want to keep this one kind of stock. It came with a lifetime powertrain warranty, so I want to keep that, and so I can't do like lifting and all that stuff on this vehicle in order to keep that unlimited powertrain warranty. Very nice out here though. Today it's about 70 degrees. It was cloudy earlier, now it's clearing up. We are going to get rain Monday, like tomorrow night, afternoon, nightish, and then we're going to get some more rain all day Tuesday, and then more rain Thursday. So just going to be one of those rainy weeks. But we do need the rain, in my opinion. I'm going to keep the front. It's got a 360 camera and a front camera system. I'm going to keep that on. The one thing that I've noticed about this vehicle having such a longer nose is that going uphill, it's very hard to see over the crest or anything like that. The first time I came, I had the camera that's on top of the vehicle. I had it mounted to a mount on the like bug rock deflector on the hood. And it's a great spot because I'm able to see, you know, the nose, like over the nose of the vehicle and everything, but it's very shaky. I don't know. I might try and design and 3D print a piece that I can structurally, you know, make that the middle of it structurally sound so I can use that mount. I don't know how the mount on top of the vehicle is going to work, but we will just have to see in post. I try and keep, sometimes I'll stop talking just to see if I hear anything in front or behind. And then that'll give me enough time to react to it, whether I need to pull over or whatever else. But it's very nice out here. I do enjoy being out here. We might go do another trail today. I'd like to, but we just have to see which one. There is one trail that I have in mind that might take quite a while. But I also, it's one of the more technical. It's like a 3 to 5, a trail that's level 3 to level 5. Whereas this is a 1 to 3. So it's like the next step up. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know if I am or if I am not going to do it. Little bit of a downhill part here. A lot of the greenery has grown a lot in the last week too. Last night was not the only time, or yesterday was not the only time we got some rain. We did get some rain earlier in the week. I want to try and stay right. All right, hold on. We got to take a little bit of a different path there. Let's back up a little bit. I think I'm going to have to just stay left instead of going right to cut left, because I think I just lose traction on the front right wheel. There we go. Just had to choose a different path. I was trying to go right and then bring it on over to the left as to not like hit the rock that was there in the middle, but I had to change that up a little bit. I might have been able to make it if I just stayed in the gas, but we'll just go ahead and back up and try a different line. A little bit of mud here. Oh, that tree was not down the last time I came through here. Oh boy. All right. I am well aware of the risk of, doing this type of stuff and getting scratches on the vehicle. My first time on this trail, there was a tree that got struck by lightning at some point. It's not when I was on the trail, but I was just looking at it. It was on a crest of a hill, and we were going around to the right, and I was staring at the tree, not paying attention to what was in front of me, and there was a branch from the tree in the middle of the trail, and so all I heard was a thump all down the side of the vehicle, and I got a good little scuff from the back of the front passenger side like fender flare all the way down the side of the vehicle, all the way to the front of the passenger side rear fender flare. So that was fun. A little bit of a downhill here. We are at 10 degrees, 11 degrees, with a 4-degree left yaw or tilt. I don't know. Let me know in the comments whether I'm saying that correctly. 1 degree left, 11 degree down, 12 degree down. Easy peasy. I don't know if I'm going to have any like music through this. I might. I might also want to get like an exterior camera. I mean, so I'm using the microphones that I'm using are the Hollyland Lark M2s, the little disc microphones. There are two pieces, two microphones with the one receiver, and you can use them both at the same time. So I might have to make a mount for the exterior of the vehicle that I can mount the camera to. This is a nice day. Good time to be out here. I want to bring my parents out here, but they I just know my mom would freak out. We'll have to go to the Overlook today as well on the way out. That'll be nice. I see that rock. I kind of just want to move that rock. I don't want to bottom out. All right. Roll down the window a little bit more and able to get a little bit better of a view out the window. Fun little trail. Like I said, though, if I had something actually four-wheel drive, this would be probably a lot easier. But, or maybe not a lot easier, but a lot different. One day. Get a drink of my Pepsi Zero. I like Pepsi more than Coke. In my opinion, it's far superior. I don't know. I'm just from the north, so I grew up on Pepsi. But yeah, the gaming stuff, I'd like to do it again. I am so far behind in Destiny. I have no idea what's going on. Plus, I don't really have a lot of time. Sundays are really my only days that I get to, for it to just, I guess, be me and not work. And so I've just been enjoying it coming up here. I'd like to bring my friend and his sons and stuff. We'll have to end up doing that next time. We're coming up to the end of the level 3 part of Pot Point Road. We're going to come up here. To the right is just a little bit of the trail, and then it ends in a cul-de-sac, like a grassy cul-de-sac. So I'm not going to go right, but I am going to go left here, and that'll take us back out to the main road. You're good. Thank you very much. All right, and now we're leaving. See, this is the first time that I have seen this many people out on the trail, truthfully. Like I said, this is my 6th time doing that trail, and this is the first time that I've seen more than one person on the trail. Here we can take it off of trail. I'm just going to put it back into normal, just because we're not going to be needing anything special on this part of the trail. We're just kind of cruising now. But yeah, that was Pot Point Road. We've still got a little bit to get back. I'm going to go not to the left, like at that junction part. I'm not going to go back up that way. There's another part that takes us up towards or up to the main road. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to end all the cameras, all the recordings, and I'm going to try to figure out what the next trail is going to be. I've got time. I believe it's only 12:30, so I keep getting a little 12:40 or 1, so it's 12:40 Eastern, 1:40 Central or Mountain Time. So my watch is saying 1:40, but the vehicle is saying 12:40. So yeah, so it's 12:40 Eastern, 1:40 Central. I've got nothing but time. Everyone looks at me like I'm crazy going up and down these trails. I say everyone, the 2 people that have seen me on the trail, or 2 groups that have seen me on the trail. I don't know. I mean, we'll stop and look at one of the signs, and I'll show you where it shows, like you can hike, horseback, motorcycle, ATV, side by side, and then there's like a Jeep, which in my opinion is what they call a high clearance vehicle, which is what this is. So all of the trails are wide enough for me, so I can't really be upset. I hope they don't get upset, but they being like park officials, not necessarily the people that I'm running into. I came up here during the fall last year, and without all the leaves on the trees and everything, It was a very nice sight. We're definitely going to have to go to Snoopers Rock Overlook. Take the camera out there and let everyone see it. Oh boy, 14 miles an hour. We're cruising now. Here's a little pull off. At some point, I should actually pull off and see how the side camera's doing. It'll be fine. Didn't hear anything coming around that turn, so that's good. Little bit of bigger aggregate on the road, so a little bit more bumpy. Oh, that breeze feels so good. It was toasting up a little bit. Couldn't come up last Sunday because there was a hunt. It's turkey season. So they close all OHV roads for hunters. And so I came up Monday after work. This week, the hunt was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, they had all the OHVs open. You can check that on their website. Link for that will be down in the description. I have come up here one time. Actually, that Sunday, I did come up here. Didn't check their website. Couldn't do any of the trails. So turned around, drove 40 minutes out here, turned around, and went back home. My fault. Nobody else's but my own. That's okay. The only pieces of gear I guess I have... Oh, that's a mud dauber. Get the heck out of here. Thank you. The only pieces of gear I have a tow hook or a tow strap, or a couple of tow straps that have like 50,000 pound braking strength, etc. I have a kinetic rope. I think it's a 20-foot kinetic rope. And then I've got, it's longer than that, 50-foot kinetic rope. Anyway. And then I have my traction boards. So all that's in the back of the car. I don't want to mount the traction boards up on the roof rack because I don't want them to fade. I don't want the UV to make the plastic brittle or anything like that. So I keep them in a bag in the back of the car, in like the trunk of the car. This vehicle does have third row seats, but oh great, 99.9% of the time they are down and not in use. They just put all of this aggregate on the road. I'm assuming it's just to help the runoff situation from all the soil. Pre-collision assistance. I'm not gonna hit anything. What's happening? That's weird. The vehicle's collision assistance was like, you know, hey, careful. I wouldn't mind getting like a, because I always wear a hat. I want to get a little camera that I can put on my hat, so that way you see like my point of view of everything. That'd be nice. But again, one day. And this is where the split is. So to the left is the level 3 area. We just went down the level 1. So now we're going to head back to the main road, except like I said, we're not going to go left coming up. We're going to keep right and go that trail. It's very nice and peaceful up here. Of course, I like driving. So this is the first vehicle. This is the first larger vehicle I've ever owned. I've had a Corolla, like an 07 Corolla. So right here, if we went left, that's where we came this way through, but I'm going to keep right here. Corolla, Mazda 6, Mazda 3, Kia Soul, Kia Forte, and now the Explorer. Very grateful for it. This is an awesome vehicle. Probably the nicest vehicle I'll ever own. Let me open up the DJI app real quick and see what we're looking like up there. Device connecting. I hope it's still on. DJI device not found. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. I was like, man, am I going to have to go back and do all that again? I will. But now it sees it. And it's trying to connect now. There we go. Camera angle's a little bit to the right, but that's a permanent mount, so there's not really much I can do about that. That's okay though. That's a cool view. I like that view. For some reason, I can't get the Akaso Wi-Fi to work. You're supposed to be able to swipe down on the screen and turn on Wi-Fi, but when I swipe down on the screen, the only two options I have are lock or power off. Check the air pressure. Yeah, 36 all around. We are good. And now this is Tower Drive. All right, y'all, if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you follow because there will be more of this content. I'm not going to delete any of my old gaming content. That's just going to stay available. But yeah, I appreciate y'all very much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.